Welcome back. This is Get Into It with Jason Hook. Again, still on the lovely South Shore. We're just going to get directly into it today. What we're listening to here is Shipwrecked from Sweden. This is the Last Pagans LP, which came out on Crucial Response, which is a pretty label from Europe that's put out a lot of stuff. This came out in 2012. It's you know, got the insert here with the lyrics on it. The camera. Definitely early 80s hardcore. Just, I don't want to say worship, but they're just doing it right. They're doing it right. And what we got here is, you know, some lyrics there. Lifting weights to early tang. Exclaim the north with our northwest sound. Hard rock on steroids, we inject rage. High voltage hardcore, powerage. Roaring thunder with a beating drum. Caves in the mountains is where we're from. We're everything that you suspect. Fast violence, baby, forever wrecked. Fast, violent noise. So, just great stuff. And the singer, Klaus, I'm sorry again if I'm butchering it, but I posted a link to my first video on Facebook and tagged some people in it that would be interested, you know, that I know that I mentioned in the video or I thought would be interested in it. And he was a mutual friend. He commented on it, and he told me that he wanted to describe their sound if SSD fucked around with Nordic sacrifices in history, which is pretty much fitting. A lot of songs here, you know, paying homage to Nordic history here, you know, the Last Pagans, you know, stuff like that. But definitely just great stuff. Stripped down, no magic, thrills, just punch you in the face hardcore. And these guys played, again, I previously mentioned in another video, the Battle Ruins weekend. I believe it might have been their first time playing in the US. I could be wrong. They'll probably correct me in this. But I was fucking stoked to see him because I've been jamming this. When I first heard this LP when it came out, oh man, like a buddy of mine gave me a copy of it on tape, and it just, I snapped the tape. I listened to it so much. He also did inform me that this is going to be seeing the repress treatment pretty soon, so that's cool because these aren't, they're not, I wouldn't say they're rare, but it's just, I don't know if they distroed that well in the US. Crucial Response is a pretty big label, but I ended up grabbing this from a distro, and they flew off the distro shelf. I know a couple record stores got them. They flew off their shelves. It's you know, just if you see it, grab it. You know, I couldn't recommend it enough. But since they don't have a lot of stuff out, so since I'm playing the LP, I'm just gonna do a quick little Shipwrecked retrospective, if you will. So here's the first 7-inch. That's entitled Arctic Nights. This came out in I believe 04, 05. Again, kind of hard to find. I actually never saw one. This was given to me by a friend who pre-ordered a bunch of them from a German distro just to give them out to people, or you know, give them to, you know, for his friends because it was kind of hard to find. This again, straightforward, basic, just a black LP. Shipwreck boys. I'm all over the place there. Sorry, guys. Just a basic black LP. An insert. I shot that. Lyrics on the back. But again, like another total ripper. Right into the LP. Just angry hardcore, which is kind of hardcore I like. You know, I kind of like the stripped down basic stuff. And then when they played the show, they have a new 7-inch. I believe it's self-released. Oh yeah, this the first one is also on Anger Management Records. You know, if you can, again, if you see this out in the wild or in a distro, I definitely suggest you grab it. It's good stuff. And then this one right here, which I believe is self-released. We'll get into that. I grabbed this directly from the band when they played that show, and this is cool. Instead of a dust sleeve, it's just got one of these pretty cool inserts here. There's the cover again. You know, it's 3 songs. They had black and clear vinyl. I think I got a clear. Yeah, I got a clear. Okay. As you can tell, short runoff. It's a pretty fast record. These guys aren't writing long symphonies. But the thing about this record that was awesome too is we're almost at a year now. Cam McDonald, you say right there, it says in memory to Cam McDonald and Peter Amdam. I didn't know who Peter was. I'm assuming it's a friend from Sweden. But Cam McDonald was a guy from lived in Boston for a long time. Really awesome dude. Been involved in punk and hardcore and oi and the skinhead scene forever. And he unexpectedly passed away I believe it was last August. So, and I know that he was friends with these guys. I might have been like through the internet or whatever, but they would always, you know, I know Cam was super excited for that show, and it's a real bummer that he passed before it happened. And just a funny Cam story. Me and him would always run into each other at gigs or parties or just, you know, whatever. We'd run into each other, and he would always bust my balls saying I'm too fat to ever own a cool Fred Perry windbreaker or any sort of Fred Perry clothing, and it would just go on and on. Like we'd always, you know, it'd be like, got a Fred Perry yet and all that. But I really miss him. He was a real cool guy, and you know, I'll always remember this. You know, this is real cool. It's a nice little tribute to him. He would have loved this. He would have absolutely loved this. And so rest in peace, Cam. You know, you missed. But again, so this is Shipwrecked from Sweden. These are the two 7-inches of 45s, and then the LP. Last Pagans, Arctic Nights. And I believe this is self-titled. Yeah, I'm pretty sure this is just self-titled. But again, if you see these things, grab them. You see them on the internet, grab them. Like, I keep on forgetting my camera's on this side. Sorry, guys. Like I said, not necessarily hard to find, but not easy. You're going to have to do a little bit of work for the distro of them. But when the repress comes out, I'll drop a link. Or I'll mention it in one of my videos. Because, I mean, you guys got to grab this. If you love Exclaim, you know, Negative Approach, early Slapshot, this is right up your alley for you. And real quick before I go on to the next record on Exclaim, if you guys go over to GROUNDZERO Salem, we shot a video last weekend, and he shot like a little B-roll like bonus video, and I pulled a couple of the Exclaim records I own out of my shelf over here and showed them real fast. If you guys are interested in me doing a little bit of a deeper Exclaim video, shoot me a message or leave a comment. You know, I love that shit. I know it's really hard to find. It's like most of them I bought over the last 14 years. Like, it's not things I buy every day. So, and I'm missing one, which, you know, as you guys may know, I'll get into that later. So if you guys want me to talk about that, I don't want to sound like a record snobby nerd, but, you know, if you guys want to see them, I'll definitely show them off. So, next, what we're going to move on to is the Rival Mob. Hardcore for hardcore, or hardcore for hardcore, as we say here in Massachusetts. This came out on 6 Feet Under Records. I believe it was 2010, I think. It's on a cool neon HC, full HC. Call it kind of neon yellow record here. Comes with a download card. So I go faster, I don't get the code. Comes with a download card. I believe I might have downloaded it, I don't know. Awesome cover art. And on the back you got that going on. And the insert. But the lyrics, just a great band, fucking angry hardcore. These guys in this band have been in a million bands, been around a long time. It's actually 3/5 of Battle Ruins. The singer was in a band called X-Files X way back in the day, which was kind of like a power violence-y, straight-edge hardcore band. It's good stuff. The drummers played drums in every Boston hardcore band of note in the last friggin' 15 years. And Pierce, you know, the bass player, is a pure gentleman who I've known for a long time. But that's a Rival Mob, hardcore for hardcore. Right when their demo came out, I knew this band was going to blow up because it was like a breath of fresh air of just fucking pissed fast, angry hardcore. They have a bunch of tapes out. There's different colors for this. They have an LP out. They have another 7-inch out. I believe the 7-inch might have also been pressed onto a 12-inch 12-inch single. All like the stuff that's collectible, but even like this stuff here, it's easy to get if you're just cool with black vinyl. You know, you can find it, and then if you want to go deeper into filling out the collection, you know, you can do that. Their shirts were even selling for a lot of money for a little bit on eBay. But I don't know if they broke up. They haven't played in a long time, so I don't know if they're just on a hiatus right now, but just good stuff. Rival Mob, hardcore for hardcore. Hardcore for hardcore. that right there. Next, we got another local band. I pulled out these 45s just for, like, I was going to make a quick video, and I kind of noticed that they're all local. So, these are going to be, this is hot stacks of local hardcore wax, the platters that matter. So, next we got the Peacebreakers, which is another local Boston hardcore band. Again, if you watch my last video, they did a thing I love. They got the cut, the weird cut on the top. But again, just black cover in the back. On Rock and Roll Disgrace, made on USA logo here. I must have ordered this online. Black vinyl again. You know, 7 song 45. So you know what you're gonna hear. Just fast hardcore. As you see, I'm in the no frill stage of hardcore here. Just punch you in the face and leave you wanting more hardcore here. Got an insert here, just a photocopied insert. Got the lyrics on the back. This band features members of Boston Strangler too. You guys dig that band? They play out now and again. Again, when I see them on a flyer, I know I probably want to check the show out. And again, like I said, I must have ordered this online. It came with a little Rock and Roll Disgrace, thanks for the support thing, and an old label here, the Rock and Roll Disgrace logo, just thrown in. These guys have been around for a while. Like I, you know, they're all active in other bands too. So I'll probably post a link to something if they have something on YouTube, or maybe the Rock and Roll Disgrace website on below, so you can check that out. But it's the Peacebreakers. Okay. Next, we got another band. This band was around for a little while. I think they broke up. I saw them a handful of times. They put this out. They're called 2x4. The 8-song EP. I got this, if I remember correctly, I think I bought this from them at a show they played. But again, as you saw, with the exception of the Rival Mob, we did the nice cover art. This black and white, got a little group photo. On the back, you got the A and B side here. So, it's put on Twerp Records, which is out of Alston. So, they probably put some other stuff out, but again, another black and white photocopy insert, just pretty basic stuff. Live shot, group shots on the back. But another great local record that I don't know if these guys ever really toured. I kind of took a little break from going to shows, not because I hated going to shows, but I wake up at 3:45 in the morning to go to work. So if it's a weeknight show, it's going to be tough for me to get to. But again, just a 2x4 black vinyl. B side here. Come and check it out. I know they have their stuff posted on YouTube, so what I'll do is I'll post a link to it. You guys can check it out. Probably found in a distro. Where you guys live, I mean, it used to happen a lot around here. Go to like a punk or hardcore show. Do guys have distros still? Just buckets of records for sale and whatnot. This is something you'll probably find in one of those. But 2x4. These dudes, again, also on all different Blood Crow Butcher and other local bands that were big for a while. These guys seem to stick around, put out a couple releases that are really good, and then they kind of ride off into the sunset. But again, 8-song EP, check it out, Twerp Records, 2x4. Record's gonna end in a minute, so gotta get up and flip it. I'm lazy. And that's the end, so I'll be right back. So I'm back. Flip the record, you'll hear it kick on in a second. The next thing I got here is this Siege Lost Session 91 kind of demo. Yeah. Again, released on Attack. It's a label out of down the Cape. It's also got the, you guys ever heard the band Nightstick? Which is a drummer Rob's project. It's got their logo right there, so probably a joint release. This had to come from a reel-to-reel or something. But what we got here is, it's Siege with Seth Putnam from Anal Cunt singing. This thing was bandied about. I remember it was tape traded and all that. So this is the official release on vinyl. Again, it's like a demo practice tape. So on the dust sleeve you got the Siege sticker. Kind of nothing on the labels. It's on a gold vinyl. And this also came with a real cool embroidered patch too. If I had a vest, I'd put it on it, but it'll just stick with the record for now. Again, if you guys haven't heard Siege, I mean, they're like the godfathers of kind of grind hardcore. You know, a lot of crust and grind. They basically cover every genre of punk and hardcore metal. A lot of people are influenced by them. And I know this was Seth singing from Anal Cunt. I know a lot of people don't like Anal Cunt. They might not like, you know, the musical ideas that they put out, the song titles, and just what they stood for. But I met Seth a handful of times before he passed, and while he was an intimidating figure, he was a cool guy. He loved music, but you know, anyway, this has nothing to do with Seed. There's nothing here that's Anal Cunt-like. It's just Siege with a different singer. Again, on Patak Records. You know, the original singer of Siege also passed away a few years ago, and they're active right now with Rob still on drums and Mark Fields, who's been in a bunch of bands singing. I think this is kind of like going to be a short-time thing. They got shows booked. I believe that they're playing in New York tonight, and so they're going to come and go. So if you get a chance to check them out, because it's still awesome, and it's Siege, but again, Siege, the Lost Session 91. So that's all I really have for records today. This is a short video. I'm throwing it together real quick. I'm just trying to kill some time. Tonight in Cambridge, Negative Approach is playing with Blood Clot, which is John Joseph from the Cro-Mag's new project. I'm real curious to see that. I haven't listened to any Blood Clot. I want to see it live and check it out. I know they just released a record, or it might be CD. I don't know if it's on vinyl yet, but that just came out. I'm hearing it's heavy Bad Brains influence, which just making something I want to hear. Panzer Bastard's also playing that show, which is Keith from Wrecking Crew's. I wouldn't say new, they've been around for a while, but it's his band. They fucking roll. So if you're in the area, check that out. It's at Hardcore Stadium. Another thing I want to talk about real quick is on Wednesday, I went and saw Iron Maiden, and it was my first time seeing them because I'm a poser. And they played at a great, well, it used to be called Grey Woods. It's called Xfinity Center, but if you're local, you just say Grey Woods. People know what you're talking about. And it was a Book of Souls tour. It was cool. There was some classic songs missing. You know, No 2 Minutes to Midnight, No Hallowed Be Thy Name, No Aces High. But it's called the Book of Souls tour, so of course you're going to hear Book of Souls songs. But, you know, the whole stage show, they had props. Eddie came out, Fire, which was cool. I dug it. I did the whole heavy metal parking lot thing. Pre-show parking lot beers. Bought a couple beers in there. They were $15 a piece, so I literally had two. You know, bought the $40 concert t-shirt, and you know, had some beers after in the parking lot until the traffic went away. But I did buy one of these. I just wanted to show real quick. This is the Book of Souls, you know, tour book, and these things rule. I have a ton of these from the '80s that I bought at yard sales or flea markets, of like Anthrax and Metallica and stuff. And this is just kind of like a big stadium thing. And I don't, you know, I should probably guess from what I talk about on here, I don't necessarily listen to a lot of bands that do stadium type tours, so I had to buy one of these. You know, it's got, you know, collage of photos, on there. You know, it looks like they did shirts for every stop, so you got every. There was a Massachusetts one which I think sold out before I had a chance. My buddy got one. What's up, Dan? My buddy got one. It's Eddie dressed up as Paul Revere on the back of a horse. There's a USA with Uncle Sam breaking through some bricks there. You know, they're in Brooklyn. I think they had two dates in Brooklyn, USA, Florida. I mean, I really wish I got a Massachusetts one, but also for me, if you look real close, I think Eddie has 5 Super Bowl rings on his hand, and I fucking hate the Patriots, so I'll just probably put a piece of tape over that if I got it. But you know, it was a good time. I never, you know, it was a concert, you know, not a show, a concert. I saw Sabbath at the same spot last year. Same thing, concert, not a show. But the tour's almost over, but I enjoyed it. I got into like a little bit of a conversation with a couple friends of mine about it. They were bummed that it was newer songs, but like I said, it was the Book of Souls tour and not the Iron Maiden plays every song you want to, you know, classic hits tour. So, you know, there's my little Maiden story. Also, some other just random tidbits of news. If you guys ever heard the band The Nightbirds, they're from New Jersey. I would say they're like an adrenaline OD, angry Samoans mixed with like the Adolescents and Agent Orange surf punk band. They just recently announced that they're going to be taking a hiatus. They have dates booked until I believe it's October. And then they're going to take a little break. So if you have a chance to catch them. They're really awesome live. Great band. The singer's a record collector too. He sells some of his stuff on Instagram from here and there. So I'm hoping it's not the end of the band. But I know, the singer has a kid. He mentioned, and they posted it on their Facebook. I guess another member is about to have their first child. So it's going to take a little breather for a little bit. So if you got a chance to catch them because they're great. The other thing I want to bring up too is Propagandhi from Canada. Has a pre-order up for their new record, which comes with a flexi with bonus songs on it. So if you guys ever heard of Propagandhi, I'll do a video about them. Their first LP, How to Clean Everything, is one of my personal favorites of all time. They've moved on to a little bit more technical metal sound and kind of pop punk, but their records just get better and better and better, which is rare, which is crazy. I don't think they've really put out a clunker since. So that's up. I'll probably post a link for that. And I want to give a couple shout outs, of course, Pat from GROUNDZERO Salem. Subscribe to him. And then I also found this other kid, Salos116. I wrote it down so I can remember. I always forget shit. He's posting a lot of awesome metal, punk and hardcore metal, like Japanese influence Gizm and stuff like that. He doesn't have a lot of subscribers or views on his videos, so go check him out. I'll put a link for him under because it's really cool stuff. And, kind of in the same ilk as me. So go check that out. Always check out Pat from GROUNDZERO Salem. If you're in Plymouth, always hit up Mars Records because it's the best store in the world and Tim rules. And I just want to say, Ozzy, you got to take naps. You got to listen to your parents, take a nap. And, and that's it. So this is Jason. This is Get Into It with Jason Hook. I plan to do some videos down the line. Thanks for watching.